most important point is your direct experience on site.
Yes.
Malaysia as a country is rich in the forest. It was, but facing a lot of problem.
Yes.
I really love to see the next generation is much more aware about the nature of this country and the rich aspect of the country. And for that purpose, what you need is the experience on site, means in the forest, or the place for the window to the nature. Japan is a country not many people recognize that the country is really green country. 60% of the land is covered by the forest, partly because of the mountains surrounded by the sea. So there are not much flat place.
Right.
So mountains means green. So 60% of the land is green.
Right.
And my parents, grandparents, my ancestors have made a lot of efforts to how to coordinate their life with the surrounding environment. Green Ranger movement, it sounds great. I don't know the details, not yet, but there should be some similar ideas or the cousins of the project in Japan. Well, let's make the things separate.
Okay.
Many people know that March 11th, there was a huge earthquake magnitude 9.0, followed by a huge tsunami that is 39 meters high wave.
Wow.
It's more than 100
Feet, yeah.
feet high wave. You cannot imagine such a thing,
That's
but
right.
it had happened. And it swept away the cities and villages.
That's right.
So we lost more than 25,000 people at one moment. It's a huge disaster I have experienced in my life.
That's right, yeah.
Or even more, there was a follow-up Fukushima nuclear power plant problem, and the radiation problem still continues. But you should clearly discriminate two aspects. Earthquake and tsunami, that is a natural events.
That's right.
You cannot prevent those things.
Right.
Japan has been suffered by tsunami, earthquake, typhoon, fires, all these natural disasters. But Fukushima nuclear power plant problem, it's not natural disaster. It's a human problem. How to survive in this modern world? It must be the time to think about our way of life. How to coordinate the other environmental things. We are living together in this planet Earth. Is it good to go this way to use nuclear powers or not? It's
That's
a very
right.
critical issue.
Exactly.
And this kind of thing may be related to climate change too.
Yep.
It's easy to say climate change, but it's not easy to understand the real nature.
Right.
First of all, we really need very much scientific survey of the things. You should not talking the things based on just your naive feeling or naive belief. No,
True.
we really need the science.
Exactly.
I'm a university professor, so I'm trying to understand what's going on in this earth. And once we get the essential points, I have no hesitation to communicate those things to the people who are supporting our activity. Well, my experience is more or less limited in Japan, and my fieldwork mainly in Africa. And I have very limited experience in Malaysia, so that I'm not so much familiar with the educational system in this country.
Right.
But I can imagine. The key issue is again the education on site. When you're talking about education, people are easily think about teaching classes in a classroom, in a building. Is it the right place to talk about the nature?
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it the right place to talk about the environment? When you think about the nature, when you think about the environment, you should be on site, boots on the ground, on the grass.
Exactly,
You can hear the sounds of cicada, the birds. You can feel the breeze of the wind. And those things provide you to think about the real issues we are facing. So education on site might be the key word. Well, in general, we need a time. Education means it takes a time. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, immediately got the result. No, it's not the way of education. The word education is originated from the Greek tongue, Greek word, educate. The original meaning is extract. Education is not teaching in. That is your perspective. No, education is something you extract from the inside. For that purpose, you need a time to motivate the young generation who wanted to know more about the nature, more about the environment. So we need a time. That is the first message. Don't rush into the conclusion. No, you need a time. Just touch each single individual. The number of students are not the matter. No, you try to do the best to raise your family, your friends, your neighbors, to make them think about the nature. I think that is the royal road of education. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Yes and no. I'm coming from psychological science, cognitive science. There is experimental evidence of human capability of recognize things. You can remember 7 things, but that is the maximum. For example, you talked about 7 pillars. I can't remember it.
That's right.
Please reduce the things into 2 to 3. 2 is too simple. Maybe 3. Yeah? Like animal, like environment, like youth. What you are talking about is focusing on young generation, paying much more attention to non-human animals and the environment in general. That is very important. And those things putting together, you say green. So green is a keyword.
That's right.
But please try to think clear and simple and strong. Good question. Of course, to make a big change, we need several different approaches and efforts to different levels of people. Well, mainly age classes.
That's right.
But definitely the most important thing is the youth. So if I were the person in charge, I will make my own effort to make a change, big change in young people,
Young people.
because they are creating the future
Exactly.
and we are touching the future.